Mr. Reese, would you like to do the fishing report right here today? What would you normally say?
Fishing pretty good today. I got lots of fish, lots of bites, lots of fish to play. Come get yours today. Nailed it!
That's funny.
Hey folks, Bob Reese here with the Guides Forecast. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry the reports are a little more sporadic these days. Getting to spend a little more time at home, and fishing has not been priority one for me last week. So, but did fish today. I might not have to sell my guide business for cheap. Fish were in pretty thick today. I don't discount the fact that luck had some degree of our success today, but there were clearly a lot of fish around. Above the bridge on the Washington side was productive in the flats there. Those guys that fish spinners up there, particularly red and white spinners, did real well first thing this morning before the tide change up on the shallower flats. Place we call the humps there. Hopefully folks have had a chance to review our coho webinar to find out where the flats are, but a lot of people know that already. And then the outgoing tide, first part outgoing tide, produced real well below the bridge in about 25 to 30 foot of water, I believe. My fish finder's out, so when it rains it pours. Then we found ourselves, I guess maybe I'm not reading the tide table right, but found ourselves down in front of buoy 12, buoy 11, buoy 10. Probably a little too early in the tide, but we were getting bites on our first pass when there was still a bit of a groundswell there because the ocean was a bit big. And even though it was a soft outgoing tide, it was still pushing some water down close to the mouth. So that made for a little bit of a lump down there. We probably went down there about 10:30, and we stayed down there for a good hour and a half or 2 hours through all of outgoing tide, and there was a lot of biters down there. So I don't think I'm not going to do a forecast tonight. It's pretty simple math. I think they'll be there. They've been doing that all season, the last part outgoing tide down buoy 14, buoy 12, buoy 11 to buoy 10. Buoy 10 was up out of the water today. The Coast Guard had been doing some maintenance, I guess, and they took buoy 10 clear out of the water. So that made for an interesting westerly deadline, if you know what I mean. And that was kind of the day. We had 15 by 2:30 today, and got back in and did a little late afternoon evening foray, and picked up another 3 in a pretty good wind chop below the bridge right outside of the West End Basin. I was surprised there weren't more biters there, but we did have, I don't know, 4 rods counting mine, maybe about 10 or 11 bites, and loaded 3 hatchery coho to round out an 18 fish day. So still not convinced we've hit the mother load, but we'll know more in the next couple days. I've given the September 14th deadline to make the guide's forecast prediction, which I'm gonna hedge is going to be more accurate than the ODF&W one this year. We're not getting 1.6 million coho, but I'm going to hold off on making my not 1.6 million coho prediction until the 14th or 15th. So a lot of coho around. Going to be good fishing in the morning, again above the bridge. No reason why the pattern is going to change below the bridge on outgoing tide. And I do regret going down to buoy 10 too early, but there was a pile of fish there when the tide started slowing down. I mean a pile. So good luck if you get out fishing, and happy trails.